All right, Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Here we go. Set. 50. Plant. Check. 53. Watch the slap. Watch the slap.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Here we go. Here we go. Forfeit.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option.
The second down complete to number 4. It's a gain of 8, and it brings up third down.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
I got it. Bravo. 53 at the line. Hard. Check 37. Check 37. Get it.
He'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
And the Giants first down.
Come on.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 24. Now a handoff here to his running back. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. So on 4th down, on comes the Giants kicker, Aldrick Rosas. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
At their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
So we got man. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. And they try to sweep to Jones. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Cunningham. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive, and now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd down, here's Cunningham. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Here's Cunningham. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
When you spend your first-round pick on a pass rusher, you are absolutely counting on him to be an impact player. And there you go. Right away, he gets to the quarterback.
And guess what? Likely the first of many that we're going to see from that young man. Sanders' kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. Everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
He takes us from the 30 to the 34.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And to give this time to the tailback. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. These two teams all tied after one.
Down. 60 Pittsburgh. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
2nd and 9 now. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. In for the score. And the Giants have taken the lead. Rosas good with the extra point. And the lead is now 10-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. He finds an opening past the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line. A big run there by Jones. 43 yards on the ground. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Cunningham from the gun. Over the middle, complete. It's Hodges. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Now Cunningham. Godwin's got it. Touchdown Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin there to make the grab as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives. We'll see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys go up and down field, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse that you always use for something like that. Listen, I appreciate good offensive football as much as the next person. When it's played well and is skillful, I'm with it. And right now, this is exciting.
Oh, the defender likes it. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
6-6, pull it high. We all know.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They're going to look to throw. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down. On 1st down, it's Cunningham. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
45 the mic.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cunningham. He completes it to Jones. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
45 the mic. 45. Defense wins championships, baby. Back. You. It comes to me, it's me. Hey, check mic 45. Check mic 45. Watch the screen. Check 45 the mic. Check 45. Let's go.
Cunningham to throw. He's got Evans. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the 1st. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hatchet. Slam.
Now Cunningham looking downfield for Godwin. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Whip. Watch the whip. Go. Motion. Hey, check motion man. Put your hands on him. Get hands on motion man. 45.
Throwing again. Cunningham. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
45. Mike, 45. Here I come. 45. Swing. Let's go. Hayward.
Cunningham looking to throw. Open man has got it. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. All tied up at 10. 2 minutes left in the first half. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down, Cunningham. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Okay, ready? 53, check 53. I got him. He's crashing. He's Keystone, Travis. He's driven.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Ready? 50, plant. Check 53, plant. I got you. Ready?
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Leo.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Finding some room at midfield. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. That one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Come on, set. 60 or. Rebound.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now the Pro Bowl kicker, Aldrich Rosas. Last year, he hit one from 57. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Third and 15 here after the first and second down plays went in the wrong direction. Back to throw here. Going to throw right side here. Complete. Touchdown, Giants. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are able to regain the lead. Rosas now to add the PAT. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17 to 10. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
On the double. 45 to Mike. Here we go. Two times. Three now. Let's go. Come on.
Looking to throw on second down. Cunningham. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Throwing on third and long. Cunningham. And that is incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10.
Ready to break.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard. But I will guarantee you, the defensive side of the ball gets super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise. And it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Cunningham looking left side, and he's got a man. It's McKinney. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. To throw on second down. Cunningham. Jones has it. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be third down.
Check 45 to Mike. Rip left, rip left. Go. Watch the run, watch the run. 45, 45, 45. Go.
from the gun on third down. Cunningham. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards. The line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Cunningham. It is intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Down. 90 Wolf. 34's a Mike. 34's a Mike. He's driven.
They'll drop the throw. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. This is fielded inside the 5. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Again, it's Jones. And they'll get him down up past the 15. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
On 1st down, Jones. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Here we go. Check 13. Check 13.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Intended for Mike Evans. Incomplete.
Here's Drew Kaiser now, standing just outside his own goal line. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Back now in Tampa. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Third down.
The Giants on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Throwing middle, and it's complete. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. They'll run it now out of the gun. The 20. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8.
Ready up. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, deep. Man up, deep.
Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they were able to get to him on it.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Giants on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And to give this time to the tailback. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. Rosa's kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
This will be taken short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well. If they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Cunningham. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll run it with Jones. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The Bucs on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. It'll be Love to try and get the first. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Sanders' kick is good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Ready, set.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The field goal we just saw has this now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball, but here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that, and that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
2nd and 11. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Sanders now to add the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, and suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Brings up third down.
Set up. 60 or.
Now back to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 44 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, here's Love. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Second and 10 at the Giants' 43-yard line.
That's me.
Staying on the ground, it's Love. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a third down and 6 to go. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. On third down, here's Love. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. The Giants going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the fourth quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they miss that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield. So they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory.
Mike, 45. Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll run on first down. Love. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
One more extra point attempt for good measure. It's up and it's good as they tack on one more to what's going to be a very satisfying victory. So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end. And, you know, some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time. And they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for Tampa Bay, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.